Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over their trout food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie, pretty excited because I get to try out a new sub place. But we'll get to that, folks. It's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, excuse me. When I wear a super cool shirt, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It is my Yu Yu Hakusho, one of a few that I have. I'm a big fan of Yu Yu Hakusho. If you're unfamiliar, Yu Yu Hakusho, it's an anime from the early 90s. Came out, round-ish the same time as like your Dragon Ball Z's, your Sailor Moons and stuff, so it's kind of part of that generation. I became aware of it in probably like 1999, 2000, when they started airing it on Adult Swim on Cartoon Network back in the day. Eventually made its way onto Toonami proper, so I watched it there, and I just instantly connected with it for whatever reason. Something about it just, I like the style of it. I like the opening track. It, of course, has, become fairly iconic. I like the ending, like how stylized it was and everything. It's something about it just felt very different from a lot of the other anime that I'd been exposed to at that time. And although, yeah, it definitely has certain hallmarks that are very just anime, I still think that it holds up really well in most regards. Like, it's a really fun kind of action, uh, fantasy, I suppose, anime-ish, contemporary aspects as well, but I really like it, and so, shirt! But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? Well, like I said, it's a new sub place, and what with it being a sub sandwich review, I have to preface it with three things, folks, real quick. Number one, for over a year now, probably close to two, I've been going on sub sandwich adventures. What that means is I've been going out to basically every sub sandwich place that I can find, whether it's chain locations, whether it's Walmart, delis, wherever I can get a sub sandwich, I'm going to try it, I'm going to review it, I'm going to post to YouTube. But that's where the second thing comes into play, because not only do I just post it to the YouTubes and stuff like that, that's where I put it, but I'm also nice enough to go over there and put it in its own playlist. It's a playlist called Subs for Subs. That is just my sub sandwich reviews, so if you enjoy my sub sandwich reviews, first of all, thank you very much. Secondly, hey, that's where they're all at. So they're all conveniently located there. I have over 100 at the time I'm doing this. But maybe that's not enough sub sandwich goodness for you. Maybe you're just that greedy for it. Well, it's okay, folks. All you have to do is wait until Sunday. Why? Because Sunday is SUBday. That's the day where I go over there and I try out, or I go over there and I upload my sub sandwich reviews. So typically you're going to get a couple of them, sometimes three, sometimes four, one time one. But every Sunday since I started doing this, I've managed to go over there and put up a sub sandwich review. So, with all that said, where am I trying sub sandwiches from? What sub sandwich is it? Well, boom, it's in here. Boom, it looks like this. And I don't have another boom, but this is from a place called Shannon's Deli in Lombard, Illinois. And I'd have to mention, well, with this being an Illinois location, like specifically, it's also going to end up in my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is just a playlist for highlighting local spots. This, by the way, is their Italian sub, because if you watch my sub sandwich reviews, you know I always like to start out with the Italian sub from a new place. Theirs consists of baked ham, capicola, Genoa salami, pepperoni, provolone, and mozzarella, lettuce, red onion, tomato, and then a house-made sauce. So, let's take it out, get a good look at it. I mean, it looks proper. Looks proper. Let's get a thing for the thing. Thing for the thing. Dip, dip, boom! It looks like that. Ha 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 ha. Something like that. It's kind of, I don't know how well it's going to come up on the thing, but no! Lost some tomato. Anyway, let's try a thing. Let go. We'll use a thing. That's a proper sub. I'm always a little bit, especially with the Italian sub, because I have so much experience with it now. I'm always a little bit worried, especially when I'm trying out like a local spot, not a chain. Because it's like, I always want to root for local spots, you know? And typically they do a great job, but every now and again you do get one where it's like, eh. But when I get that first bite, and it's good, that's when I know I'm in a good sub spot. This is a good sub. This is a very good sub. It's flavorful. You can taste the freshness of all the ingredients. And their house sauce is good. Really good. Usually it's like some sort of like a vinaigrette, like sort of Italian blend kind of thing. I don't know exactly what theirs is, obviously. But I'm sure it's something along those lines. But like, it has its own personality to it. It has almost like a little bit of a fruitiness. And like it has this very striking kind of tanginess. It's really, really good. Their house sauce is like, that's some good fucking house sauce. All the veg is nice and fresh, very crisp when you bite into it. This is a fucking great Italian sub sandwich. I'm loving this. It's meaty, it's cheesy. It's doing everything I need it to do. It's just fantastic. And it's a little bit interesting. Usually, when you get an Italian sub, you only get provolone. But they emphasize, hey, we also put mozzarella on ours. So it does give it a little bit different with the cheesiness. Cheesiness, typically, in an Italian sub, it's a little bit, you know, it's there. It's doing a job, but it's not as prominent as the other ingredients. In this case, because you got the provolone and the Italian, kind of gives a little extra something to the cheese. This is really good. The bread is pretty good bread. Like, it's tasty. I do prefer more of like a Toronto kind of bread. This feels more like a French bread, but I don't know all the breads, but it is very tasty. And it's got that, it's a little bit firm on the inside, nice and soft on the inside, allows it to go over there and pick up those juices. This is an excellent Italian sub. I'm having a hard time not just eating all of it, but we're going to put it down. Okay, so, Shannon's Deli, their Italian sub. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, come on. Yes and yes, obviously. You saw me gush over it. No, that's a very good Italian sub. That's one of the benefits when you go to a proper deli. You know they're going to be using good ingredients. You know that they're going to put their quality out there because that's what they're going to live or die by. You know, if you're over there and you're putting out shit subs, people are going to drop. That's just, and mind you, they do other stuff too, like soups and everything. But you call yourself a deli, you prominently display your sub sandwich menu. You better make sure that it's banging, that it's really proper. This is really good. Now, I will say this, and I've mentioned this before, I usually do when I do Italian sub sandwich reviews. When an Italian sub has all of the proper ingredients, everything's done correctly, everything's in the right proportions, it sort of becomes this like homogenous kind of flavor that I just refer to as the Italian sub flavor. It just all kind of becomes one thing, and like nothing else tastes like it. Question is, did this achieve that? Not quite. But here's the thing. It has all the flavors there. I think the addition of the mozzarella threw it, like, I liked it. I liked the addition of the mozzarella. But I do think it kind of threw off just the balance a little bit. I think it gave the cheese a little bit too much purchase in comparison to the rest of the stuff. And I'm not saying that was a bad decision. It's wonderful when you can get that nice, like perfect kind of homogeneous flavor for the Italian sub. But there's also a lot to be said for a sub that has its own personality. And in this regard, that's what this is. It has all the right ingredients and everything. Again, just, they put their own little spin on it. I love the house sauce. So, yeah. Even though it didn't quite get, like I said, that Italian sub sandwich flavor down completely, I'm more than willing to forgive that because it is just a great, great sub. And if I'm recommending it, yeah, man, this is the type of sub that you want to get, man. Seriously, this is, I've been out to a lot of sub sandwich places throughout doing my stuff. This is proper, man. This is, is it my favorite sub sandwich place that I've been to in my adventures? Not quite. It's not quite in the uppermost tier, but it is extremely close. Like, it's way up there. And that's the nice thing when you go to delis is like, man, it's got to be there. The quality has to be there, usually. In this case, it is, and it's fantastic. And if you happen to be in that kind of a Lombardish area, sort of along the lines of Main Street Lombard, definitely check this place out. This is a very good sub sandwich from a very good spot. I have one more sub sandwich to review, so hopefully that one's as good. But at least as far as the Italian's concerned, that's proper in my opinion. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly proper Italian sub sandwich-tastic rest of your life. Because, man, that's a beautiful thing. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. Try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes. And when we have to deal with those situations in our lives, it's important we go over there, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, here's what I want you to go out and do, and I try to recommend this whenever possible. Man, search, look out your local food scene. Like, I cannot emphasize that enough. People will comment sometimes on my videos and be like, oh, you find these great places. It's because I look for these great places. That's the thing. And, to be fair, not everybody's as fortunate as I am. I have a great food scene. Like, I love where I live and just kind of the general surrounding area. So many awesome places to go. But this is a place that I've been through that area plenty of times. I was out there 2 days ago. I had no idea that this place existed. But I went over there and I started doing a little bit of digging. I found it, and well, there we go. Bob's your uncle. It's fantastic. Anyway, or conversely, do what you want. If you don't want to explore, you don't have to explore. Just, do your own thing. Anyway, bye.